That comes first, mother, wife, and we're educator, authors, working with the mud, working with the straw. There's a connection that the women have to the earth that's very strong. And it shows when they mixing the mud, sticking their hands in it, sculpting with it. They become part of the earth, and the earth becomes them. They get this new sense of hope, that there is potential for something different out there. And I think that it's a lot of times just a hope that they can reconnect to the earth, to these basic needs.
We notice more. Is it healthy? Is it clean? Are things looked after? We tend to stay in one place a little longer.
My parents raised me to respect the earth and take care of it. And that's what I think we're really here for, is to caretake the earth. The earth can give you things, and we need to give things back to the earth and not take too much, just what we need.
I think extreme caregiving was probably modeled in my life by my mother, definitely as a nurse, and by other women who almost seem to, in Spanish the word is tragar, to swallow who they are and the way they are in order just to do for others. And that to me is a discredit to a soul. And I see women doing it more often than men. And I think that's tragic. I don't think just by virtue of that I've pushed away from it, but I think healthy self-respect means taking care of yourselves so that, and this is related to caregiving, so you can take care of others.
I'm 80 years old, raised 5 wonderful children. They couldn't have got a better helper or a better friend than Mindy.
I guess I just sort of fell into caregiving for older people working in nursing homes as the easiest job to get, and then found that I really loved it. The older age spectrum is just something that really resonates with me, and women are more inclined to care for the earth. They're caregivers for their fellow man often. As women often care for children, they can think of future generations rather than just the next paycheck, the next quarter's profits, the next year or two.
I had 2 caregivers in my life, my mother and my grandmother, Pearl. And Pearl taught me how to love and how to be courageous and how to be open to the world around me. And she always told me that I could do anything I wanted to do, that being female or being short or anything that I was wouldn't stop me, that I could do what I wanted to do. And I believed her. So I've done some wonderful things. My mother, she was the first one in her family to get a college education. She's an only child, and my grandfather, who wanted a boy, decided to just teach his daughter what he would have taught his son. So over time, she learned to build and to care for animals and do all the things, the common sense, land caretaking, animal caretaking, things that people need to do to survive in the world when you live outside of the city. And although I grew up in the suburbs in the city, my mom still imparted a lot of that.
One source of mentoring also has been for me that I luckily live near Mexico and with a lot of people who are from Mexico. And many of the things that we discover in the natural building movement are things that my neighbors knew since they were little kids, because especially things that have to do with adobe or mud plaster. They just grew up doing those things. ¿Qué puede hacer una persona su mismo para que la gente sobrevive? Porque la tierra siempre va a existir. Cada persona tiene que buscar en sí mismo y hacer las cosas que sabe hacer. No hay una cosa que cada persona tiene que hacer. Cada persona puede mirar a la creación de Dios, de la tierra, de la naturaleza, de lo que existe en este mundo tan bonito, y aceptar los regalos de Dios tal como sean y disfrutar de la tierra.